Not all 50 states are created equal when it comes to real estate. It can be so hard to find good real estate at a good decent price in good condition. Some are good, some are bad. There's good investments, there's bad investments, and some are just downright atrocious. Today, I'm gonna give you the last ranking video for 2024 that you are gonna need to choose which state has the best real estate prices and which is truly the king of them all. Let's talk. When it comes to real estate, you will not believe how many factors go into actually determining if a property is good. And there are also so many different types of properties out there to choose from. You have investment properties, which are commercial, you have townhomes, you have single family homes, and trying to figure out what is good and what is not good can be a nightmare. But today, I'm gonna give you all 50 states ranked to show you where the truly best of the best and the worst of the worst really is. But before that, we do need to set some guidelines first. Trying to gather all this info for one final ranking video can seem impossible, but don't worry because I have done all that work for you. If you've been following me recently, then you know that I've done some other ranking videos giving you some good ideas on what's good and what's not. I've done a ranking video for investment properties, for general affordability of houses, and for first-time homebuyers. I'll leave a link to all three down in the description. So today, I'm gonna take all of that info over those three videos and combine them into one ranking. Here is how I'm gonna do it. What I did is I took the rankings from each of those three videos, I added them up, I got the average, and based on where that average is where the state is gonna land. So without further ado, let me show you how I did it with the absolute worst state in real estate for 2024. So starting us off, in 2024, the worst state for just real estate in general is the state of California. I've had huge gripes with this state because prices are too expensive. In some parts of California, the average home price can be like $600,000, $700,000, $800,000, while the average income is not high. It sits at like 70 grand. There's no way that the average person can afford the average home in that state. And it's not limited to just a first-time home buyer or an investment property owner. It's everyone. And with rent being so out of control in some of the bigger markets, it's no wonder people are homeless, making over 6 figures. Coming in at number 49, the beautiful, beautiful state of Hawaii. Some of y'all have heard some of my other rankings and it's just super expensive. The average home price is super high, the average rent is astronomical, and people there just don't make enough money. You hear of reports of all these rich millionaires going to Hawaii, buying up all the land. Coming in at number 48, a state near the West Coast, Utah. In some of the other videos, it ranked not too bad. I think one video it actually ranked in like 30, but because of how bad it is to become an investor there and it's not affordable for first-time home buyers, it drugged this state down to almost the bottom. Number 47 goes to the state of Idaho. But unfortunately, because of the high rent prices, the affordability of homes is just not that good and it's not that great for investment owners. It's just a bad state for real estate. No pun intended. Rounding off the 5 worst states for real estate goes to the state of Colorado. I know Colorado has some beautiful ski resorts and it's got a lot of things to do, Denver, but real estate is just too expensive. So most of you know what's coming next if you watch my other ranking videos, but we're doing rapid fire. Coming in at numbers 45 through 40, we have the states of Massachusetts, Montana, Nevada, Oregon, Rhode Island, and Washington. Now kicking us off, number 39, we have the state of Arizona. There's some beautiful resorts there and the city of Phoenix is definitely booming and growing, and that's probably part of the problem. Real estate there is just too expensive and income just does not match up. Coming in at number 38, to me it's the forgotten state, the state of Maine. Number 37 goes to New Hampshire. Now, New Hampshire did not do too bad on the investments. I think it was right around the middle. But when it comes to first-time homebuyers and just general affordability for residential customers, it's really, really bad. Number 36 goes to a state on the East Coast, Connecticut. Home to number 35, the first state in this list considered in the South, South Carolina. Number 34, home to Nashville and country music itself, Tennessee. Number 33, the Sunshine State itself, Florida. Florida has a massive retirement community in some of the areas like Key West, and unfortunately, that might have something to do with why prices are so expensive. Usually when people are retired, they've saved up, they have a lot of money, so they can pay for whatever they want. And maybe that's part of the problem in Florida. Coming in at number 32, another state in the Northeast, New Jersey. You'll notice a trend that a lot of the states in the Northeast are gonna be towards the bottom middle of this list. Now, I would like to hear from you guys on this. Why do you think a lot of states from the Northeast are in this list so low? Coming in at number 31, we have the state of South Dakota. It's home to Mount Rushmore, and I'm sure it is beautiful, but home prices are just out of reach for the average person. And trying to buy an investment property really isn't much better. Coming in at number 30, the state of New Mexico. Fun little fact, I used to live there. I lived there before I moved here to Louisiana. It's very hot, and during the winter, blizzards are terrible. Now, we're gonna do another quick rapid fire with numbers 29 through 26. Starting off, we have Georgia, Minnesota, New York, and North Carolina. All right, we are now about halfway through this list, and let me know, does anything surprise you? Do you have any questions on why certain states are so low? If so, put them down in the comments. What stats would you like me to emphasize a little bit more? Starting us off at number 25, right down the middle of the road, West Virginia. Nothing too amazing, but nothing too bad about it. Just your average state with average home prices for investors and for first-time home buyers. Coming in at number 24, its neighboring state, Virginia. Who would have thought? Number 23, deep in the South, Mississippi. And I am not going to spell it. You guys cannot make me. Coming in at number 22, we have the second largest state, and yes, the second largest state in America, Texas. Who out there really thought Texas was the biggest state? Come on, be real. You know you thought it was. Number 21 goes to the state of Vermont. Now, I know Vermont made number 1 in one of my other rankings, but unfortunately, because of the affordability for first-time homebuyers is really expensive, it dragged this state all the way down from number 1 to 21. Taking the number 20th spot, the state with the weirdest flag, Maryland. Okay, now we are really starting to get into some states that are actually really good. Once you kind of cross over into the top 20, this is when states become really affordable. Sure, home prices are still expensive in a lot of these states, but if done right, you can actually buy an investment property, you can buy your first home, or you could just sell your current home and buy another one. So let's kick things off with number 19, the state of Wyoming. Taking the number 18 spot, another state down in the South, Alabama. Alabama is one of those states that doesn't really have a high income, but it doesn't really need it because the home prices are actually pretty affordable. Now, coming in at the number 17 spot, I actually had someone comment on one of my videos previously that said this state was actually really beautiful. They enjoyed it. And so I get it. I know why this state is ranking kind of high. None other than the state of North Dakota. Taking the number 16 spot before a quick rapid fire, a state that's home to cheese, Wisconsin. Okay, we are gonna do 15 through 11 before getting into the top 10. So starting us off, we have Alaska, Arkansas, Delaware, Kentucky, and Nebraska. Okay, you guys, this is it, the top 10. These 10 states are gonna be the cream of the crop, the king of all kings when it comes to real estate, and these states are so affordable compared to the other 40, it's not gonna be a debate that these states you should be looking at to buy investments, personal homes, or if you're a first-time home buyer. Now, taking the number 10 spot, something that I am extremely proud of, the state of Louisiana. Let's give a round of applause for Louisiana. With affordable home prices, our average income is actually rising. It is no surprise that Louisiana has made the top 10. And if you're looking to become an investor, look in this state because it is so cheap sometimes, you would be surprised. Coming in at number 9, like Dorothy from the Wizard of Oz always says, there's no place like home, Kansas. Again, another state that has relatively low rent and its income is actually really, really good. People can save up. They can buy their first house. They can save up to buy their first investment. Such a great state, you should be looking at it. Coming in at number 8, home to some of the best barbecue, and yes, I'm a foodie too. I love food, so I'm always gonna shout out the food places. The state of Missouri. Coming in at the number 7 spot, the state of Pennsylvania. Every time I think of the state of Pennsylvania, it always brings me back to my childhood watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I know some of y'all know exactly what show I'm talking about. Taking the number 6 spot, the state of Indiana. Now, up until this point, these states in the top 10 so far have been really good. But these next 5 are gonna blow you away because they're just so good. Whether it's the rent being cheap, the home prices being affordable, or the affordability of trying to get your first investment property, these states are going to be the cream of the crop. So let's get into it with number 5. And kicking us off, we have the lovely state of Iowa. Iowa has the perfect storm of affordability for homes, first-time homebuyers, and renters. It is so key as a renter to have low rent to be able to save up your money, so that way you can build up your credit and be able to get out of a renting situation and get into a home buying situation, which is so much better. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we have the state of Oklahoma. Coming in at the number 3 spot, home to college football's national champions last year, the state of Michigan. All right, the last 2, y'all probably know where I'm going with this because they have ranked so high in all my other videos. We have the good old battle between Illinois and Ohio. The averages for these states were so close. One state averaged to 2.33 and the other averaged to 3. It was literally that close. But unfortunately, there has to be a winner and there has to be someone who almost won. Taking the number 2 spot, the state of Ohio, which means the king of all the states, the best state here in 2024 for real estate, the state of Illinois. Now look, these rankings are amazing and they have been totally fun to do, to give to you guys, but this is just a start. Whether you want to buy your first home or your first investment property, now you know the best states to start looking. But there is so much more to it than just the location. Click on this video right here if you want to learn all about investments. And if you're looking to buy a residential piece of property, whether it's your first or not, click on this video right here.